By the end of October 1966, bloodthirsty native hoodlums all over the northern and western Nigeria had massacred 100,000 innocent men, women, and children from all parts of eastern region who were living among them in their territory. What did these innocent men, women, and children do to deserve being slaughtered like chicken? They did not commit any crime. Their only crime was that they were Igbo, Ibibio, Jau, Efik, Ogoja from eastern region. That's all. That was their crime. Even their neighbors with whom they attended church participated in killing them. Those who they were feeding, clothing, and giving employment, teaching their children, and helping in numerous ways, participated in killing them. The Nigerians were so savage, they killed even unborn children, cutting open the abdomen of our pregnant woman. They yanked out unborn babies, kicked them around like football before slaughtering them like chicken. Next time any Nigerian mentions October 1st as Independence Day to you, you should do something really dramatic to that Nigerian so that date will never be mentioned to you ever again. In fact, when Biafra is actualized September 29 to October 15, every year will be set aside as weeks of mourning for the people of Biafra. Some Nigerians have been engaging in their delusional thinking that they are living in a democracy. Some even go so far as to combine two fallacies, democracy and independence, in their delusion. How crazy do you have to be to even imagine that you are living in a democracy in Nigeria? The form of government practiced in Nigeria today is called dictatorship, while the social and economic system in place is called feudalism. This is the system that was in practice in the Middle Age in Europe, when Europe was in darkness. Under this system, the feudal lord owns and holds all land and property and allocated some land to the vassals for agriculture and housing for a fee. What do you see in Nigeria, especially the Niger Delta today? Don't all your land, the oil, gas and other minerals in it, all the water resources in your community and all over the eastern region, Biafra belong to the House of Fulani Yoruba oligarchs and the leaders of the Sokoto Caliphate? Don't they use and sell these and keep the money to themselves and do whatever they like with it? Do you control your land, the minerals in it, the water resources in your community? Do you? And you are talking about democracy and the right of private ownership of property in Nigeria. Are you joking? Don't they select whoever they want and appoint them as your governor, minister, senator, representative, councillor, judge, magistrate, police, soldiers? Which one of these posts did you choose the person in it now? Which one? And you are dividing yourselves talking about democracy. Where is the democracy? Go and ask honest elders in your communities and they will tell you how they used to choose the people who governed them, kept law and order, went to war, how they chose by election the people who were the custodians of their community resources and made their communities safe and prosperous. Go and ask honest elders in your town and villages, and they will tell you that the Igbo and their brothers in the eastern region, Biafra, had been practicing sophisticated democracy for thousands of years until the garbage. The field called Nigeria was imposed on them. Nigeria has never been a democracy, is not a democracy, and will never be a democracy. Nigeria is poison, and anyone who wants the Igbo and their brothers in eastern region Biafra to continue to be in Nigeria is an idiot and a fool deserving of no iota of respect from our people. Yes, some people have asserted that seeking freedom and independence under the umbrella of Biafra is against the spirit of one Nigeria. Some have even gone to the ridiculous extent of saying that the boondoggle called Nigeria was put together by God and therefore no one should put it asunder. This is one of the worst heresies that was ever uttered by a human being. What great insult can you give to God than to accuse God of putting together something as evil as Nigeria? If they say that Nigeria was put together by the devil, it will make sense. But God, come on, stop the hearsay. It is insanity put together by some crazy British colonialists. The British, the big devil, they are behind of them. Biafra has nothing to do with Nigeria. Biafrans do not want anything from Nigeria. They do not want to govern Nigeria. They do not want to import the corruption, dissidents, criminality, impunity, lawlessness, insanity, foolishness, arrogance, greed, capriciousness, and the general anti-God and anti-man policies that have permitted every fabric of life in Nigeria into Biafra. Biafrans will run as far away from Nigeria as another countries of the world are doing right now. Nigeria is like a deadly infectious disease, and nobody in their right minds will want to touch anything Nigerian with a 10-foot pole. Demanding Biafra is a matter of self-preservation, a matter of survival. If you believe that demanding Biafra, wanting to be free, govern yourself, to be the architect of your own destiny is wrong, then obviously you don't deserve to believe, since you have already encased your brain in the concrete cement of slave mentality. We have to talk all those things. They have to know. They recognize or not. Freedom or freedom. Freedom or death for the Republic of Biafra. We have the President of the Republic of Biafra. We are not alone in this case. The big power and the strong power is the nation. You can put leader of the Biafra in the jail, but each Biafran is NNAM'DI KANU, is leader of the fighters for the freedom. You cannot put jail all the nations. Some people have been going around and preaching to our people that there is no point resisting the subjugation, persecution, and taking away of our freedom by Nigeria. They are telling our people that it is better for our people to submit to domination, persecution, and enslavement by the House of Fulani Yoruba oligarchs and the Sokoto Caliphate. How can anyone who knows of the history of the Igbo and other people of Eastern region even think of suggesting this to our people? It is an insult on the intelligence of our people to even suggest this. Those who succumbed to amnesty via by Lebraos Umaru Yaradua, those who accepted the apple from the snake in the Garden of Eden will forever live to regret it. It won't be long now before they confess and start regretting. No, it won't be long. The Igbo and their brothers in the eastern region, Biafra, are known for resisting tyranny, oppression, and fighting until they liberate themselves. Dear my brothers and sisters, therefore the people of eastern region, Biafra, will never relent until they liberate themselves from the slavery to which they have been subjected by the House of Fulani Yoruba oligarchy and the Sokoto Caliphate. There will be no surrender, because to live without freedom is equal to death. Freedom or freedom, freedom or death. That's why we are saying this slogan. Always we will say, you are either alive and free or you are dead. Remember that in 1947, when the colonial British government wanted to take all the land in southern Nigeria and make it the property of the Queen of England, it was young Nnamdi Azikiwe who organized nationalists, and they carried out massive protests that stopped the British from stealing our land. When the same British colonial government wanted to start apartheid system in northern Nigeria by building segregated schools for white children in Jos, it was the same young Nnamdi Azikiwe who against organized nationalists and stopped the British from starting apartheid system in northern Nigeria. Today, in one of the worst ironies of history, the House of Fulani Yoruba, by military degree, have by force taken over our land, the mineral and the water resources in our communities. What have you done? You from Eastern region Biafra? What have you done when the British invaded Igbo land west of the river Niger and was occupying it? Our people fought the British like tigers and lions for decades. The Nokwo revolution made life hell for the British invaders when the British imposed taxation without representation on our people, including our women, the women of Eastern region, from Calabar, Ikot, Ekpene, through Port Harcourt, Overi, Umaya, Orlu, and inland, sacked the warrant chief that the British had imposed on our people. Sacked the British administrative officers, courts, and trading posts all over the Eastern region. The British were forced to call in their army, and the women still fought them. The Aba woman revolution 1929 is there in every history book for all to see. That is who we are. We do not accept tyranny, oppression, and denial of our freedom and liberty. No, we don't, and we will never accept slavery. Some people have even insinuated that the Igbo want to take the oil and gas from the communities in the Niger Delta. Nothing could be more stupid than this statement. First, 70% of the oil bring communities in the Niger Delta are Igbo. It does not really matter whether the devils in the Nigeria government slice them up and distribute them into their Washiorkor states. They are still Igbo and they know it. Secondly, the government of Biafra has stated hundreds of times in publication after publication that in Biafra the oil wealth 100% belongs to the communities in which the oil and gas are located, and not to the government of Biafra. The local communities in which the oil and gas are located will mine their oil and gas, sell them, and keep the money to themselves, to develop their communities, to build schools, colleges, universities, hospitals, industries, roads, bridges, highways, to provide electricity, pipe-borne water, drugs for treating illnesses for their people, to provide employment for their people, especially the youth, to provide retirement benefits for their workers, and to provide overall good life for their people. Communities that do not have oil and gas will use their God-given brains to invent things that they will sell to the world to make money. They will engage in trade, commerce, manufacturing, and information technology to make money and provide the same amenities for their communities as are provided by the oil-bearing communities. This is how Biafra respects the right of people to provide private ownership of their property. Taiwan, Hong Kong, South Korea, China, Japan, Singapore, Israel, Turkey, Switzerland, and numerous other powerful economies in the world do not have oil and gas yet. They are some of the most prosperous and powerful countries in the world. You don't have to have oil and gas to be prosperous and powerful. Compare this Biafran policy with that of Nigeria, where the House of Fulani Yoruba oligarchy and the Sokoto Caliphate have been slaughtering thousands of people, wiping out whole communities in the Niger Delta and eastern region Biafra just to steal their oil and gas. These Nigerians are monsters without soul or conscience. The British cobbled several independent nations into the nonsense called one Nigeria. It does not make any sense. It doesn't fit, and if it doesn't fit, you must dissolve one Nigeria and allow the different nations to assume their sovereignty once again. I say again and again, freedom or freedom, freedom or death. May God bless all the smart people of Biafra and the sovereign independent state of Biafra. Thank you very much for listening. Hope to see you soon in freedom time in Biafra line. Thank you.